I'm just your average parent trying to do right by my kids. Never thought I'd have to, deal with something like this. It was a regular Tuesday afternoon. The kids' toys were scattered everywhere. Then there was a knock at the door. My heart sank when I saw who it was.
Hello, I'm from Child Protective Services. We've received a report and need to inspect your home.
I didn't know what to do. They wanted to come in, look around, talk to my kids. My hands were shaking. I felt like I was doing something wrong even though I knew I wasn't. But then, I remembered something I'd read online about knowing your rights. I took a deep breath and said, "I'm sorry, but unless you have a warrant, I can't let you in." The CPS worker looked surprised. They weren't used to parents knowing their rights. It wasn't easy, but I stood my ground. I protected my family's privacy that day. Remember, when CPS knocks, know your rights. It can make all the difference.
Hey, hello. Who's Dassault? Dassault, like this meat is Dassault.
You're live now. You're live
Hey,
now,
guys.
bro.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I didn't even get a chance to send out some invites to my homies.
I got you. I'll send them out. I'll send them out for you.
Right, but thanks for joining. Herbert's in the house. Herbert, you can come on in if you like. How's it going with everybody?
You want me to send him a link?
Yeah, send him a link.
Okay, I got you. All right, I'm doing it now. Gotcha.
And Louis, I haven't seen you in a minute. What's been going on? Anything new? All right, so I wanted to come on the other day, and I thought I was gonna be coming on. We were gonna do like a special, CPS update or whatever. And because like breaking news, I mean, do you see all this is going on across the country? For one, I can't get over still this what is it? UFC, the Florida college shooter, the university there. And yeah, well, I come to find out that this kid was actually adopted out to whoever his dad married, which happened to be a cop, a deputy, which allowed, I guess, this kid to get a hold of this gun and shot and killed 2 people. And then wounded about 6 people. And this is a big thing that's going on. And then come to find out, they're scrolling through all this paperwork from a case in 2015 where his biological mom tried to take him to safety. She tried to take him to Norway. And then, of course, the mom, she ends up being put in jail for this. When she gets out, what does she find out? She can't have any contact with her child. I just seen also today, getting back to that young man that was tortured and imprisoned in his own home. They say since he was 11 and he's now, what was it, 30 or something like that, or he's close to 30. But in any case, his biological mom is speaking out about this. She didn't know where her son was. And she says this has been going on not just since he was 11. She says it was since he was like 3 years old. Because even though it got worse when he was 11, so this is what's happening. And what I noticed in that one case, and I'm going to pull this up because I thought it was interesting, how they say, I think it was it the mother? Okay, hold on. I don't think that was what I was looking for. Here it is. I'm not sure. I think maybe it was the mother's attorneys, the biological mother's attorneys for that, the Florida shooter. So it says, this is when, like I said, it had the old case shows, they scroll through on the news. They just I literally stopped it. And, some of that, stuff that they had the discoveries from the mom's case. It was like unbelievable because The mom wanted to do everything to keep her son safe, and they end up putting these kids in the worst situations. Maybe he was being neglected. Who knows what the story was, but he wanted to be with his mom. It says the emotional and psychological harm done to the minor child will be evident for years. See, if you're pulled away from your biological parents, and will require counseling, and given the child being age 11 like he was, okay, will have memory impacted by the behaviors of all defendants for the false claims done to his mother and for the parental alienation of the close relationship of a minor child. The suit stated. Erickson sought 80,000 I don't know what damages to use towards the boy's college fund. So I guess this is something maybe his mother came back and retaliated about it. And wow, Amy, Naylor, whatever, Debbie, hey, thanks for joining, guys. Oh, everybody's coming up here. And there's a host with the most. If anybody wants to join me in here, get your voice heard. Just click on that studio stream right there. Herbert's with us today, and is it Louis or Louise? I always get that wrong. I was always iffy about the spelling of the Louis or the Louise or whatever. So we got the UF Florida shooting. Of course, if anything's happening in Florida, here I am to tell you about it. Something else just happened today. What was that? Some guy, okay, was walking around dressed in I think this was Florida. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he had full body armor, walking close to a school, a bunch of other businesses around, like Home Depots and stuff like that over there. He's just walking with a semi-automatic rifle, just walking up the road. And of course, law enforcement seen him doing this, and they claim that they said, to unarm yourself or whatever, immediately, didn't follow the orders. And now all we know is that person is, blown away, gone, kaput. I guess we don't have the words. And now the other thing, I had been getting excited this past week. For 2 weeks now, I've been getting excited about this because how this autistic boy was out in his, I guess it was his backyard, which was fenced in, chain link fence or whatever. Some passerby, because the neighbors knew this child was autistic. Actually, I think it was like 17 or something. But obviously, from a glance, you can tell, that this child is autistic or something is going on right away. So apparently, he must have a kitchen knife or something like this. And so this guy calls the police. He thought the kid was drunk. Okay, you're on the other side of a fence. Okay, that probably goes up to your, chest or whatever, depending on how tall you are. Yet the 4 officers lined up, got 9 bullets in this child. Okay, 9 bullets. Okay, I say a child, whether it's even close to an adult, I'm telling you, he has a child's mind. It's obvious. Okay, they had to put him on life support, and now kaput, there he goes. I mean, what a devastation for this family. I mean, the mom was trying to hold the child back, and you've seen this happening. I mean, you can't believe that they're going to actually use deadly force and things like this. Deadly force. Wow, it just blows my mind. Okay, so, and again, what I'm trying to point out by pointing out all of these things, there was one more I wanted to mention. I can't think of it because I just seen that thing about the guy that was locked up for so long, and that really threw me off of the other one I wanted to mention. Oh, the person that burned down the governor's mansion. Also a victim of CPS or dependency courts. Okay. So, in my opinion, of course, this is just my opinion. This is what's being bred out of the Child Protective Services and DCF and these horrible people that would nab up your children for some extra cash. And then they are breeding homegrown terrorists. Okay, this is what's happening. They're wondering why, kids at school today, something else. One kid, they got in a little fight. Another kid stabbed. There was one stabbed over at that, what was it, a track meet not too long ago also. That was Texas. That boy wasn't so lucky either. Young man had a twin brother, everything, right in his brother's arms. There you go. It's just what is being bred out of the school system, out of the CPS. I mean, it all ties together with what's going on. So Debbie says, yeah, he was 17 years old and he had a knife and there were 9 police officers yeah, exactly. I had to watch that a couple times. I just couldn't believe it. Isn't there other, couldn't they have zapped him or something? There was no threat to these officers, and right away they're jumping the gun, let's say, because why? Again, they're more worried about their own safety than they are to protect and serve the public. What is it? Serve and protect. Wow, that's something else. Yeah, exactly. Wow. See, that's all I can say about it, really, because it just, it leaves you speechless that you can sit there and watch these things unfold while you're locking away people that tried to help with these very subjects of people acting out violently and these mass shootings across the country, police brutality, whatever you want to say. We don't want to hear your advice. Let's lock you up and shut you up. Because why? We're pointing out maybe people's failures. Point out some failures when you're not doing your job. Like who? The problem is the judges are breaking the law when your child is taken. Okay, you're talking about violating what is it? USC 141 and 142, if I'm right. And this is a violation of federal law. This is not messing around. And actually, Danielle, I think she's going to talk about something later that, what we found is that there's just more and more of these laws that are in place having to deal with child protection and things like that. But the states aren't enforcing or following codes, statutes, whatever I'm not that good at talking this language, but I'm telling you, this is messed up. What is it, Amy? Not disrespecting mothers, but kids, especially boys, need a dad and not just a father. A good, strong role to teach the children. Dads are important to teach how to deal with emotions. And this is true. This is true. There's some things that the mom's just not going to be able to provide like the dad would. I was watching a little video. This reminds me of this just yesterday. How they show a bunch of clips of cute little things kids are doing. I swear to God, the kid, all the little babies just barely able to walk. What? Dad's coming home? Oh my goodness. All these kids were running up to their dad, giving them a big hug and kisses and everything else. They just got so excited and happy that their dad was coming home. Like they couldn't wait to get a hold of him. And it's true. It's so true. Hey, Fact Over Lies, thanks for joining. I really appreciate you all coming in and everything, Debbie. That's the same thing I was thinking. They couldn't tase them. Yeah, see, Debbie, that's exactly what I was thinking. Also, I don't know if you guys seen this, something they have out now. I can't even think of what it's called. Chris, maybe you could help think of what that was, but it's almost like I'm calling it a Batman gun because it's almost like it shoots out like pellets of pepper spray or something. it would definitely take somebody down for like a half hour until law enforcement can get there. People are able to own these in their own homes now, apparently. If you can't own a gun, I think that's a legal thing to have. I don't know. I don't take that for sure. But yeah, I mean, why couldn't the cops use something like that? If you're available, have this product available to the public, don't you think something non-lethal for so people that aren't causing you any threats? Again, that guy that was walking around with semi-automatic weapon, I'm sorry, but he wasn't threatening or hurting anybody. He just was walking down the road. I don't know. That probably is not a good idea to do. But that was it. I guess we won't ever hear his side of the story why he was doing that. Now, Amy's saying USC 18, Section 241, conspiracy to commit deprivation of rights under the color of law. Exactly. And then USC 242, deprivation of rights under the color of law. So I'm going through the message, just kind of ass backwards, as they say, but because I can see like two rows. When it comes up over here, I'm like, oh no, it's going to be too late. I won't be able to read it if it disappears more. But that's why, you guys, I'm not sitting here looking at this, because when I don't have it on the double screen. I have it on my big screen, and my laptop is just a black thing. So if I'm looking at here, I'm looking at a little dot. And that's why you always see me looking up in the show. I'm going to try to do something better so it doesn't look so awkward from now on. I don't even have my microphone up over here. I was thinking of bringing my desk up in here and getting real about it. Okay, so you can see that I got my phone here. I'm not even doing anything with it, but I figured, oh, that's why I was doing. I was had some information I wanted to share on there. Just saying. Yeah, I was going through some stuff this week and trying to get some things together, and just taking a good look at my husband's what do you call it, a case file or whatever they call it, of this unlawful arrest. I mean, my husband is a political prisoner, if nobody that's sitting on here knows. I mean, they're not only taking children, guys, but if you want to speak up and talk about the children being taken, and how there's all these horrible acts of abusing children, and we want to open our mouths about it, guess what? Be careful, because they'll take you, and they'll do everything to, they can't shut you up, so they can lock you up. They figure. But regardless, if it's the right thing to do. Yeah, it's a weird situation, guys, and it's not going to get any better when you're having innocent people locked up that could probably help with these horrible situations that are going on. I mean, let's listen to the advisors that have been right. That's what I have to say. I mean, we weren't even dealing with anything that had to do with CPS, but I look back at some of my husband's work, and I'm like, oh my gosh, he's talking about how they're putting these kids, what was that, back from 2000? I was reading something that he did, talking about putting kids on these psychotropic medication. I mean, and then what's happening with these children that are having to go through CPS, they are over medicating. God knows what they're giving these kids. God knows, because they're turning them into zombies. There you go. Oh, I said it. It's true. It's like I'm watching a freaking horror movie, Yeah, it's just, but this is reality, guys. This is reality, that the children are being taken. I mean, what, millions? I mean, what is it getting to, guys? And did you hear me talk about this the other day? And this was a week ago I heard this. So God knows there's probably more now, because of a couple things that just happened, I think. But they said 82 mass shootings just this year alone. So we're January, February, March, April. There we go. Okay. And wow, things aren't getting better. That's what I say. I think things would go a lot better for people or for this country if you let our children go. I mean, they always say karma's a bitch, because I'm telling you, it's I mean, God knows the truth. Okay, we can just say that God knows the truth. Okay, and the truth will be revealed. And I think these people are scrambling because they know the people that can expose them. So I mean, they'll do anything they can to get rid of these people or shut them up or however they can do. Threaten them, bully them. It all comes into play. Okay, so what is US 18 section 241 and 242? Oh yeah, I was saying 142, wasn't I? I think I was. Sorry about that, guys. Led to USC 42 section 1983 lawsuit. Amy says USC 18 section 241 conspiracy to commit deprivation of rights under the color of law. And we went over that, and sorry guys, I went back a little bit, but let's get up to where we are now. Hey Tammy, hey, how's it going? Chris, so glad to see you guys coming in. I'm so glad about it. Anybody got anything else they wanted to share? If anybody wants to come in, the host put the link up there. You can come in and talk to me directly. Get your face up there, or turn your camera off, whatever you want. If you want your voice to be heard, I'm all for it, because yada yada yada. Here I go. I can't. And once I get started, it's hard to stop. Okay, we got Debbie, we got everybody. Anything is going on? Anybody having any success with their cases? They're saying howdy to all the warriors. Okay, thank you very much. Brenda's husband has been illegally sentenced for Florida Statute 836.10. Electronic written threats to harm or kill. The absurdity of doctrine discretion has been unlawfully used. What do you got to say about this, Danielle?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I know I see some Nailerism. Well, Darren let us loose on the live. Oh boy.
Herbert, what's going on? Herberts are silent, but
where is Herbert? Did he come on the show? Oh, I totally look. Oh my goodness, I totally was slacking. My duties are over. I'm fired. I fire myself. I'm fired. Boy.
You hear about I heard
no, you didn't. I swear I didn't drop the phone. I did. It totally hit me.
I see she was dropping the mic the other day.
Oh yeah. It was bad. It was, yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, Brenda, where? No. Okay, I don't mean to catch you off of it. So you said, what do you say? You said were you just talking about Chris?
Amy,
did you?
Naylor was talking about it.
Naylor is one that we should talk to him about what we said. What I said.
Yeah, we found a couple things. Yeah.
Naylor.
We've been doing some research, okay?
Yes.
And that's what it's all about. You might as well research.
Hey everybody. Hey Tammy. Hey Chris.
And look over all your stuff. I mean, that's
what I say. Hey Tammy.
If you're not able to put it up on a laptop where you can see it good enough,
right.
This is what I say: print it out, get the paper on paper, because God knows if the end of the world comes. There's Danielle; she was in and out, but I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do with all this.
You don't see me.
What am I going to do with all this paper? At least I'll be able to start a
Man, look, I sent Brenda her files and she went and printed them out, and it was like, yeah. I was like, Brenda, you weren't supposed to print them all out. My bad.
I swear, I bet you she's doubling it up on me.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, those transcripts, one of those files was like 100 and something pages and the other one was like 60. See, everybody, what she's saying is check your documents. Like, if you got to investigate a summary on your file or something like notes, and even your booking, if you got booked in jail, look at your stuff, because I mean, it could say that there was a warrant issued, and guess what? But you gotta make sure all the T's and your I's are dotted and crossed, because I'm telling you, it could be the minorest things that can cost you your freedom. And, like, that's what's going on right now with our children. Like, it's the language and these reports and everything else that they're falsifying and stuff. read your stuff, because I'm telling you, it's petty stuff, y'all. It's petty stuff, and that's what's costing us our freedom, our children, the burden of CPS. You know what I'm saying? And so always check your paperwork. What is Naylor saying? I see him chat every time my mouse moving. He's typing away.
Absurdity doctrine is legal principle allowing courts to somehow I got messed up on my side screen. I can't get it.
Oh, it's fine. Oh,
there it goes. It's moving. Yeah. But in any case, I can't see all that one. That is obviously unreasonable or contrary to common sense. The doctrine essentially allows courts to avoid unintended and unjust. Okay. The outcomes that might arise from an application of a statute to literal text rationale. It's based on the idea that legislators did not intend to create absurd or unfair outcomes, and the court should be able to interpret laws in the way that reflects this presumed intent.
Dang, I'm behind. Oops.
Okay, oops, got that one. Okay, next one is criticism. Some argue that the doctrine can be subject to and difficult to apply consistently, and that it may lead to judges substituting their own judgment for that of the legislature. I think that's when our problem started. When my husband ran for legislator back in early 2000s. Yeah, he ran for legislator twice. I'm telling you, politics is dirty. But in any case, yeah, and that's what I'm thinking about. That's the first time I had DCF knocking on my door about that same time, right after my youngest was born. I swear, literally out of the hospital. They're coming, knocking on the door, saying, we got a report that you didn't have clothes for the children, clothes for the baby. I'm like, what? No, my husband forgot to bring the outfit when he came to pick me up and bring the baby home. So yeah, I mean, and then also that a report that we didn't have a car seat. Why? Because as far as I understood it, they had a program in Maine. If you were a certain income, they would all you had to do is sign this paper and they'd give you a free car seat. There it was. And that's what I did for Sage, that was born 2 years earlier. And then they're going to act like, oh, what? You don't have, you can't take care of your child. You can't take your child home because you don't have a car seat now. Oh my God. All right. Well, anyways, I think they ended up letting me borrow one. God. Yeah, but that's like, that's why they're knocking on my door. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, they have that car seat back this quickly. And they're like, oh, no, we're not here about the car seat. Just want to make sure. Well, if she wanted to make sure the kids had clothes, why didn't she bring some clothes for some baby clothes along with her if she was so worried about that? But then again, that I think that time also that they wanted proof that we were homeschooling. I think that was when I only had, well, Sage was still a baby, so there was no homeschooling on there. We just had one at home. We were homeschooling my middle son. Yeah, and they want to see some kind of proof that I'm homeschooling my kid. Well, yeah, sure, I got the proof, but I mean, what do you like I say, back then, no idea about what they were capable of doing. I mean, we got out of that with flying colors. Maybe it's because right after my little Chris was born, we went to live in Vermont. We were selling our house. We threw that house up for sale. Boom, we're out of here. And even before the house sold, yeah, we were living in Vermont. That could be what saved our butt back then. Who knows? They probably run and take those babies right then and there. They've been eyeballing my babies for a long time, is what I'm thinking. Yeah. Okay. So what else, guys? Good evening, Athena. Okay. Wow. We got a lot of people in the house. Boom, boom, boom. Why is that doing that? Is it my mouse that is messed up, guys? Or is it Danielle messing with me? Okay. Well, Herbert, is you just going to say hello? That's fine and dandy. I don't know why my comments are doing that. It's kind of throwing me for a loop. And yeah, so I mean, you think about it. I go back even further. Oh, we were living up in Ohio. We're from Ohio, born in Ohio. We were living in an apartment at the time. I only had my three oldest, and I homeschooled them. It's true. And we lived in an apartment above some lady, and I think he had some wicked witch of the West. Couldn't get over the fact that we had some kids running around on her ceiling. Hello, it's an apartment. If you don't like it, buy your own house and get out of there. Um, but in any case, yeah, she hears kids running around when it's about school time. Well, I'm sorry, I homeschool my kids. Okay, sorry. And then again, we had CPS knocking on our door. Do you have proof that you're registered to homeschool? Yes, I do. Here you go. Goodbye. Right, Danielle.
What?
Danielle, why so serious?
Oh, I don't know. Like I'm looking like I'm about to fly a plane or something. Prepare for takeoff. You know. These are
But
actually my son's headphones. I love them. He's got
wow,
like 5 million pair of them. Like
see,
I said, geez, he's got every color.
yeah. Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I've got some good ones over here too of my son Hawks, and but I was trying to
Prepare for takeoff.
just pretend, just pretend that I was using him, and I'm like, shoot, I can't hear what anybody's saying now.
Right. Like I really do act like I'm listening, but I really I am listening. I swear, y'all, I am listening to y'all. I mean, but y'all, they don't. I read the chat. I do. I read the chat.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
if I didn't have, like, if it was just me on the show, I would have these on and just talk, because everybody's, if I didn't have a co-host or not, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
I'd
yeah,
just
that's
give my
what I'm wondering.
secrets away.
Else got any news? Have you seen anything besides or any more information about these cases that I've already talked about? I mean,
I know they're taking kids more,
yeah.
and kids are being abused and hurt even more. It's bullshit. It's bullshit, really.
Uh,
We are going to have a show at tonight at 10:15, y'all. I will be right back on here, and my stuff is not charged up. Lord have mercy. Like,
yeah,
yep.
yeah.
I'll have to do a Punisher show tonight. Yep. Y'all get old Danielle right here. Woo.
Danielle the Punisher.
Yep.
uh,
Danielle's going to be filling in for the Punisher today. Me and my toothless butt. You know what I mean?
what? Jesus.
Y'all, I'm
Don't
just
get
talking
started on them. My gosh, we had some haters out there for I think it was
trolls.
yesterday, two different times or something. Yeah.
Yeah, they ended up they got out of there, but they'll probably be on my show didn't come on today. I didn't go live today. Oh, where's my purse now? But yeah, they uh-oh. Made a
What?
mess. Nothing, I'm getting tangled up in my purse. I was trying to put my change up, my wallet, my little change purse. But what did Naylor say right there? It's designed CPS is an inherently coercive system. Family participation is usually compulsory. I can't even read today, y'all. Hey,
Or
Luann.
strongly encouraged through the
Hey,
explicit or what?
Oh, my bad. I'm slacking. Sorry, y'all. There we go.
Oh, I just like or implicit a threat of negative consequences, including child's removal from the home. I mean, yeah, they're removing the children instead of saying, oh, well, if they believe the child should be taken, what do you think the first thing they might do is, which they're supposed to see if there's any family members available to take the children. But, oh, no, we're not going to take your advice. They're going to lock the parents up, not take their advice as to where they can find these numbers, where you can find the information about family members that can come pick up the children. Instead, we'll just keep them for ourselves, okay? Because all they're seeing is money signs, and it's really sickening. I can tell you, it's really a sick situation. Luann, what's going on? Hello, everybody. She says, hope you're all had a good Wednesday. Yep, here we are, hump day, hump day. And I was telling Danielle, I was saying, it just seems to me like this week is dragging on, dragging. Yeah, it's just like, and did I get anything done? Well, I have accomplished some things. I can say I have been putting my mind to it. In fact, I'm running around trying to earn money, and I have literally no income now. They locked up my husband. Of course, he was on Social Security, so I'm an old lady and I have to go back to work. And Danielle is teasing me, but literally, you can learn something at these places. I just did a little trial run at this T-Boys slaughterhouse. Yeah, that was interesting. I mean, I always wanted to know about the process of grinding meat. I mean, there's a lot of people might be vegetarians out there, but the store that I was at today, if I decide to stay with these guys, wouldn't be the store that's right here in Eunice, which is much smaller. But I mean, you still be packaging up meat, mixing up some meatballs. I mean, they got the boudin. I mean, they got it going on, whatever they got going. They got the beef. They got the beef. They got the what else? They got the pork. Oh my gosh, guys! It might. That's what the guy said. He talks with the Cajun accent. It's not for everyone. Um, especially when they did 2 pigs right there, and then later on, yeah, and it's not too far from where they have the smoked meats. They got a big glass container, and you keep stocked up on the smoked meats. People like to come in there and get that fresh boudin. I'm not a big fan of boudin. I say there's too much rice in it, and you might as well say you're eating a lot of rice there. Say something about the well, I was thinking about that, but I thought you wanted to say something yourself. I don't want to jump the gun, but there was an act that President Biden signed on January 4th of 2025. And Naylor, I don't know if you knew about this, because it's almost like he did it like under the rug or something. Well, however expression you want to use. Not too many people knew about it, because I didn't. So that's what I want to know. Did anybody else hear about what was signed by Biden before he walked out that door that had to do with the Child Protective Services? Danielle, I'm not good at remembering the short-term memory stuff problems I'm having going on, but I did make I had some notes somewhere on it. But it's only a good thing. But what I'm thinking about, what she's saying, is they're going to be enforcing things more, where the parent is going to be able to participate with anything that's going on with the child. Say the child's going to appointments or something like this, and they're going to make it a point to make sure the child goes to next of kin. Like all these things that should have been happening before. But like I say, these state agencies, they'll try to get away with whatever they can to keep on your children and make some money. But the fact is that hopefully we can bring some attention to this, and just know that hey, these laws are in place. This is new. This is something that's fresh off the presses, that for some reason was not slapping us in the face like some of this other stuff about the gang members and this and that, people coming over the border. God, if I hear any more about that, I think, wow, can I live another day without hearing it? Special relationship can exist if, for example, the police are involved in a situation where they taken steps to protect an individual, such as providing protective order. And I just reminded of what Danielle was saying. She said this order that was signed says that children will no longer be able to take in because of poverty. I don't know. Like I told Danielle, they make an excuse in the beginning, because they target people that are on Social Security or getting food stamps and Medicaid and stuff like this. That's where they target, and they get in there because you're going to end up having to use one of these court-appointed attorneys, right, Danielle?
Right. And the thing is Is my mic still muted? Okay. The thing is it's supporting America's Children and Strengthening Families Act. And it was signed by Biden on January 4th. It was signed. I mean, apparently, I could find some stuff on it, but it hasn't really been talked about that I know of. But it's under Title 4B, I believe, and it comes with more funding as well. This bill does. I think it's like 75 million. But the poverty is going to be like they cannot this is on federal level, like because the states have to adopt and implement it, and they ain't going to be in no rush to do that. So guess what, parents? We got to start enforcing this. We got to start making the call. We got to get the states, because otherwise it's just going to be they're going to be pilfering and piddling their feet and playing thumb war with each other. You know what I'm saying? So and yes, you can. From my understanding, the podcast that I heard today, when I found out about this, that what did Naylor? What's Naylor? I know Naylor's
It's saying a similarity in Castle Rock versus Gonzalez. The court ruled that police had no duty to protect a woman from her husband after he violated a protective order and abducted and killed their children. Now, an example of a non-duty in DeShaney versus Winnebago. I always wanted a Winnebago, but in any case, county Department of Social Services and the Supreme Court ruled that Social Services Department had no duty to protect a child from abuse, even if they were. Wow. Oh, wow, that's something else.
And I know LaHood up in Illinois. I think he's a representative up in Illinois. But it's like a title. It's a Child Welfare Reauthorization and Modernization Act. So it's HR 9076, and it is in effect. It is under federal law now. My brother is having a nervous breakdown. Oh boy, and it is in effect. Hold on.
I don't hear
my
anything.
Brother's. No, okay. He's in there cussing. I don't know what made him mad, but what was I saying? Okay, so but poverty, that's like a big thing that's part of this this act. But the thing is the state's going to implement it? Are they going to adopt it and implement it? They have to. I mean, but they're not. It's not like it's going to be something on their list that they're gonna. Because I mean, come on, it's already April, and this thing's been it's in law. It's there, but I don't see them doing anything on this level.
Nobody's paying attention to it, right? Nobody's bringing it up.
Nobody's calling them out on it, and that's what we got to do.
Yep, we got to get it out there.
Chris, I don't know how. Well, you still got like 15, 20 minutes in your show. I'm gonna go ahead and mute. Is Naylor still in here? I'm sure he's probably reading up on it right now. I'm gonna mute real quick, and I'm gonna see if I can pull up something real quick. All right, but yeah, but it's more for like it's there's certain areas, of course, that they're but the biggest thing that they're wanting to look at. Hold on, let me get my notes, y'all, and I got y'all. Hold on, got me a bunch of notes. Chris, Naylor, where you at, bud? I know you. Where's some Naylorism? We need some Naylorism. I'm just kidding. I do. I mean, so it's more for like accountability, transparency, and oversight, y'all. It's an enactment of Protecting America's Children, Strengthening Families Act. So Biden did sign it, but it was signed kind of like hush hush. So has anybody heard of this that's out there? Any of y'all? Anybody in the chat? I was kind of hoping maybe I discovered like something like buried treasure. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding, but I just liked it when I was told that Biden signed it in secret because they said he signed it on a Saturday, which is crazy. But they're going to include like when the states are going to be held. Well, they're supposed to be more of. They got to meet certain requirements to get the federal funding. You know what I'm saying? And poverty cannot be the reason for removal. Like it cannot be poverty related at all. It's for any poverty is no longer a good reason to remove the child from the
Right.
home.
Well, it never
They
was.
yeah, because they even said like on the number, the data, 2,000 children pass away when it's in a crisis every year. We lose 2,000 children in the foster in a CPS um, nightmare, and that's with foster care or even with just like the removal. That's the numbers. But they're wanting to, and this is the first time that there's been reform, any type of reform in 15 years, y'all. You know, in 2008 they had the fostering success, and then 2018 they had the families first, which families first I thought was more towards the title 4E. Hold on, guys.
Well, and some of these things they do come up with, I could tell you, they're complete failures. Like when they first started this Homeland Security crap, or what was it, the Patriot Act? Yikes! Why don't you just wow, why don't you just throw our constitutional rights right away? I mean, hopefully they're straightening out that Homeland Security now.
Yeah, and I really like y'all. Honestly, I really do. I mean, if this is an act that's been in since January, and I don't know if anybody, I guess if everybody's still here, did y'all hear me about this act? Has anybody heard about this at all? Can you hear me, Brenda?
Yeah, we just wondering if that's the reason nobody's no.
Okay. Oh, so they can't hear me?
No, they can hear you.
Oh, my bad, guys. My bad.
No, you can be heard, but I don't think anybody has, is what I'm trying to say, because nobody even
well, that's
acknowledging it at all.
They need to tell me no or something. It's okay.
When did Trump actually take office? Though that's
January 21st, I thought, or 20th or 21st. So yeah, and I know that people back in January were saying something about they wish he would sign a bill or something. I can't. I got to go back in all my notes and look, because I know that people were talking about something, but this is something that hasn't been. I mean, I have not seen it talked about much, and maybe by maybe a big advocacy group or something, but nothing like on a normal basis. You know, it's Public Law 118-258, and it went into effect January 4th, 2025.
Okay.
So and
there is saying something about statute at large 138 statute 2947, public law number 118 through 258. Yeah, he's got the correct date on there, like you were talking about. What is it? To reauthorize child welfare programs under Part B of Title 4 of the
4B
and strengthen the state of tribal support enforcement program under Part D of such title, and for other purposes.
It's coming.
90. How do I say that? 976 authorizes 35 million in annual discretionary appropriations FY 2026 through FY fiscal year. Fiscal year 2029 to support collaborations between state agencies. Adult correctional facilities to carry out projects to promote meaningful relationship between incarcerated parents and their children in foster care. Yeah, isn't that funny? Yeah, that's another subject altogether.
Right, and they also said that they were gonna let's see, I got some wrote down, like, yeah, and they're gonna help parents that are struggling maybe with substance abuse. Instead of removing them, they're going to provide maybe really at the end of the day, it looks like they're going to be doing more services, which they should have from the get-go, you know. Instead of just removing these kids, they're going to be looking at kinship as well, false all that stuff, you know. I don't even know what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying, but I don't know what I'm saying.
That, you know, even if they are supposed to do this, or if they are doing this, it's all about the people that are doing it. Because if you got the wrong people doing it,
Oh, the thing is if they got it in effect, right, and it's there, but it's there on the federal level. But guess what? Is the states going to do it? That's the question, guys and gals. The states, if they're not implementing it yet, they're just totally. I mean, because I can tell you right now, I ain't heard nothing about it much. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy just to know that because even if you have kids that are, I mean, you could challenge this stuff in courts and everything. Like this is things that it's a reform. It's reform. I mean, it's the first time in 15 years. You know what I mean? Let's see what Chris said. I've lost my train of thought. My notes are everywhere.
bill would reauthorize and amend child welfare programs authorized under Title 4B of the Social Security Act, increasing funding for promoting safe and stable families, PSSF, programmed by
Because there's like Title 4B, 4C, 4D, and like 4E. 4E I think is for like the false like families first. Um so these title that's the funds are for certain what am I saying? Certain things like it's a system built already, and it's not it's a built system that it should, and these people just want to run it on their own. That's why it messes up. I mean, you
in like $75 million. And then
yes, 75 million is going out is funding that's more with this bill with this act. Yep,
so
75 million in funds. Yep.
exactly.
There's requires states to submit a plan right every 5 years that families receive legal yes. So now families and you can get legal representation during foster care proceedings, authorize the appropriation of funding. So that's what the 75 million is for. It's for the children and the parents to get the right representation, and also to get like there's what do you say for children and family services, right? Require the Department of Health to report information to Congress. Yes, every 5 years. I think it's 5 years. They're supposed to give them like a report, and for them to reauthorize the funding. So they'll look at it every 5 years, and then on top of that, they said that states must also meet certain requirements to get the federal funding, and this was in the Senate, it was a unanimous decision. They all like it was unanimous, which is that's like not very. you know. Then he said, "Hey to everybody, hey, tell me," he said, "Hey, Miss Lou, Luann, thank you for joining us." Um, let me. I've lost my notes. I'm sorry, y'all. Foster parents also uh because you got to think what they're trying to get to is like a prevention model. What can they do to prevent these kids being removed from the home and placed into foster care? Because they are going to have to discipline, and these CPS workers are going to have to discipline themselves and get out of that mentality that they're just going to place these kids in foster care, because it's not happening. But the thing is guess what? This act's not being enforced, and we got to bring it down to our state levels. That's the problem. It may be up on the federal level, but the states ain't listening. They ain't paying no attention to it. That's why we're going through all this. We got to call it out. We got to bring it. We got to put the pressure on, because otherwise they're going to keep doing what they're doing, y'all. You know what I'm saying? The act's right there. I mean, there's your first sign of reform right there. Does anybody, do y'all agree, or maybe I'm just talking too much? I think I might be talking too much.
I think I still think that it's all about the players that are involved in these state.
Yes. Look, it's the states, these caseworkers, and the judges. It's all on the states. The states is what the problem is. Like they're getting away with too much, and that's why. Okay, well here's the act, and it's there. So guess what? We got to start putting the pressure on our states. I say we all rally up, and everybody across 50 states goes to our freaking state capital on the same day, same time. 50 parents. Let run it. And I'm talking 50 parents in each state, 25 parents in each state. It don't matter. I'm telling you, it will attract attention, and I'm promise you, they gonna hear us because otherwise they're gonna keep walking and they're gonna keep bullying and they're not even gonna mind us at all. Y'all, we gotta come together as one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the
Exactly. And some kind of like when everybody does it, we should be wearing like maybe a t-shirt that says something or whatever the plan is, maybe a hat, something that's very noticeable. You know what I mean? And we will all be wearing those same things and in every state and say this is what we're standing for and think of a good name for the movement or whatever. And
this is
this is it.
this is what I say. I know there's a bunch of movements out there. I know there's a bunch of a bunch, yes. But what's the problem, everybody? We're not coming together as one. Uh, that's I mean, and then hey, maybe eventually we will, but the time is crunched. We are here. The kettle's hot. We gotta pounce. You know what I'm saying, guys and gals. So I say, because everything's gonna fall into place as the movement goes along. But this is an act that's been in since January, and let me tell you what, I ain't heard diddly squat about it until I looked that up. I was listening to a podcast today, and that's when I heard it. I heard the senator, and I'm like, wow, okay, well, let me go check it out. Chris said Title 4E foster care funds are awarded to 50 states, District of Columbia, Puerto Rico, federally recognized. Then that's the 4E, right? Yeah, and then 4B is for like the DFCS or the child and parent the services and everything. So the Title 4E, 4B, 4Z, whatever they got, they're meant for a particular part. You know what I'm saying? I'm just so curious that we need to organize. Right. I'm gonna tell y'all. Hold on, but maybe I'm just a veteran. Hey, no, Naylor, you're right. Yes, sir. We need to organize it, man. Let me tell you what. Let's go. Look,
Under one
I'm
nation,
reporting for duty. That's on. Look, I say. What'd you say?
liberty for all.
So look, maybe I'll go ahead because we got to end this. Well, I mean, we could just continue the show, but y'all, the Punisher show is gonna be starting like probably about 10:30, I'd say, because it's probably start right after I get off here. But this is what I mean. I can carry this on to the Punisher show if y'all if everybody's going over there. We could talk about. We can just pick up the conversation on the Punisher show if y'all want to. Our oath never ends. Right.
We can do that.
We're
We could take an intermission and then throw Punisher, back up.
well, Punisher. I don't know where he's he's MIA, but it's okay because I said I got you covered, my friend. Yes. So Darren is he got him a breather, so it's all good. Danielle's here, and I hope I'm doing okay because boy, I couldn't tell. Shit. Oof.
No, Amy, I think
Last night was struggling.
It's like we got to arm ourselves with as much knowledge and show how strong we are. And it's just like the same thing that it will say in the Bible. You got to put your armor on. You got your chest plate. You got you got all the pieces of your armor. You got to get it all together. Just like this is like you will be armed with knowledge, and you're going to share your knowledge with who we need to get down there and stir up some things and say, hey, this is it. This is who we are. And, what do we got to do? Chain ourselves to the freaking something. Remember they used to do that when they tried to save the trees? What do we got to chain ourselves up to save the children? You know what I mean? In any case, yeah, we should be wrapping up this show. Like I say, maybe a brief intermission, and we'll be, starting the Punisher show right up. So we're not going to be running too late tonight.
I'll say what I would say for the movement, so it can be so we can go ahead and get the ball rolling, and then everything will fall into place. Because my thing is 50 states. We need at least per state people that are committed, people that ain't going back down. Okay, and I understand there's groups out there, but y'all, this has got to be something once it's set and the date set, and we got these families in these states, all 50 states. Look, it's a go, and then everybody can join. Everybody will join in as it's going. You get what I'm saying? Because it'll be in like September, October, but if we can get committed right now, like 50 people, all over across the U.S. in each state, and then we could find people from there. Get what I'm saying? But I need 50. I need all 50 states. Which I mean, I got some of them, a good bit of them. But my thing is y'all. This is what this act right here. We got to start getting. We got to bring it to. I mean, we got to. It's up to us. It's up to us. It ain't. They are not going to be in no rush, y'all. We got to apply the pressure. We got to fight back. We got to that's what they're they're laughing at us. You know, they don't feel no pressure. They don't feel nothing. They're still taking kids. We got to step up. We got to step out and show out, y'all. Not in an aggressive way, not in a violent way. No, we got to let our voices be heard.
That's what I say, isn't it? The famous
Yes.
thing? I mean, your
And and like Athena just said, the kinship, the relatives, people that don't even have a CPS case are not dealing with it. Hey, the more the merrier. Because I'm telling you what, this is going. I mean, and it can fall into place because I'm gonna be working on it. But I really do think that for some reason this act, we got to bring it to our states. We got to, because otherwise they ain't listening and they ain't a talking. Because I ain't heard nothing. Georgia's awfully quiet over here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure Florida is too. And I think the only state that I've even heard that's even spoke of it is New Hampshire. So who's? I mean, look, I've already. We'll say it on that. I'll say it on the next show, y'all. I promise. I know I sound like a woo, but woo woo woo. But yeah, I got it right here. So we just need 50 states, and then, huh?
I missed what Athena said.
She said the parents and the caregiver. Let me go find it. She said, they never. Hold on, where's it at? The oath never. Our oath never ends.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's right.
And that's what Amy's saying. Damn right, Athena. Veterans Oath has inspiration.
That's right.
It's an oath
Semper Fi.
into the citizens of the country. Aggressive,
And then here's
aggressive with applying pressure of paperwork, pressure of aggressively sending email, and make it easier for everybody. You don't have to scam on it anymore.
Oh no, now my phone's going. Oh no. Oh boy. Sorry y'all. I gotta charge. I'm about to go off. Oh no.
What, about a half hour, Danielle? What do we got?
Oh no, I'm gonna go probably get on right now. Like it's gonna be like probably here in 15 minutes. That's 10:30, y'all. Be there, be square.
Okay.
I'm gonna be the Punisher. I'm just kidding.
Like
what?
We're signing out from Brenda, bringing Brenda back, and
yeah, because my phone is going out like quick. Whoa.
Right, let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go.
That's right. Look, sing it for us. Sing it, girl.
Get yourself a snack. Okay, we'll be back.
I gotta get another device. I gotta get on my computer to get on the other line. So I'll see y'all in about 15 minutes, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks so much. All right.
Our courts are contaminated with young, inexperienced caseworkers and polluted with bribes, high-priced bonuses for speedy adoption of terminated parents, and judges who don't practice law with the Constitution in their sights. This is a problem.
They take away the fathers, leaving just a mom and cubs. They know that with that out the way, the better things will go. Breaking apart the family, destroying the American way. Our legacy is built